It began with a whisper, a strange phenomenon that no one could explain. At first, it happened once. A man told a lie about being sick to skip work, and suddenly his phone lit up with messages. "Liar! Why did you lie? We know!" It spread fast. People began to notice it in their own lives. You'd say something untrue, even something small, like, "I'm almost there," when you hadn't left the house, and within seconds, everyone around you would just know. Some felt it as a chill in the air. Others heard a faint tone. But the message was always clear. Someone has lied. Scientists couldn't explain it. There was no technology causing it, no implant, no chemical, just a new, global truth. Every time a person lied, everyone else became instantly aware. Not necessarily of the exact words, but of the fact that a lie had occurred. Lying was dead. At first, people panicked. Entire careers collapsed overnight. Politicians fell like dominoes. Influencers disappeared from the internet. Companies lost billions as marketing claims were exposed for what they were. But it went deeper. Families fractured. Couples split. Friendships dissolved. We never realized how much of human interaction was built on small, sometimes harmless lies. Compliments, white lies, reassurance, optimism, gone. You couldn't say, "Everything's going to be okay," unless you absolutely believed it. You couldn't smile and say, "I'm fine," when you weren't. The world became painfully honest, transparent, brutal. People stopped talking as much. The risk was too great. One wrong phrase, one sugar-coated truth, and you'd be marked instantly. New phrases entered the language. Truth pause, when someone hesitated to speak, afraid it might come out as a lie. Silent mercy, when you stayed quiet instead of telling a painful truth. Honesty trauma, the emotional damage caused by hearing what people really think. Religions were shaken. Faith became difficult to express without concrete proof. Belief systems splintered. Spiritual leaders stepped down, unable to reconcile teachings with universal truth exposure. And then came the resistance. Some people refused to speak at all. Others tried to train their minds to believe their own lies, a dangerous mental technique that blurred reality and delusion. A few succeeded, most suffered. But something unexpected happened. Over time, society began to adapt. Relationships, though fewer, became stronger. The people who stayed in your life meant it. Love was no longer declared casually. It was a sacred, verified truth. Friendships weren't built on convenience, but on raw honesty. Art flourished. Music, painting, dance, all became ways to express the complex, messy feelings that words couldn't handle anymore. New forms of therapy emerged, focusing on emotional literacy and radical acceptance. And in the silence that grew between people, there was space. Space to think, to reflect, to feel. Without the noise of lies, the truth had room to breathe. Eventually, a generation was born into this new world. Kids who never learned to lie, who never saw their parents fake a smile, who grew up trusting not because they were naive, but because truth was all they'd ever known. And as strange as it was, humanity survived. Not because we lost the ability to lie, but because we finally learned how to live without it.